Welcome everybody to Serial Talk Podcast number 14.
Serial Talk. Serial Talk.
Okay. Number 14.
14?
Check out our spot.
We had a new apartment.
No, we bought out a new office to rent out for our podcast, but Cole just happens to sleep here.
And my wife does too.
Yeah.
And our baby
Just
will.
happens though. The
And we
decorations are for the podcast.
And we keep food.
Yeah.
And yeah. But
And
it's
yeah.
studio for the apartment. It's dope.
Yeah.
So if you guys got any recommendations on how we're going to decorate.
And happy birthday today. It'll be posted on Monday, but today, Wednesday, June 12th, is Mason Galley's birthday. Just posted up on the Instagram today.
Hey, you want to say what he is? You can say what he is. I came up with it, but you can say what he is.
No, it's you.
No, you say what
it's
he
just
is.
going to turn into another fight.
Nah, it's whatever.
Okay, he's a 22-year-old business owner.
I came up with that.
Listen,
Because he said he's 21.
Galley one time posted on his, what was that, like a couple months ago, and he's like,
Yeah.
So Galley started a Perea Coffee, which is an awesome, mobile coffee shop here in Tulsa, and he once posted about it and said something, just feeling himself that I never thought I'd be a 21-year-old business owner with Perea Coffee, and it was everyone got on him. So
He
bad.
wasn't trying to talk himself
he wasn't.
up.
Galley's just
but
like
it
that.
came across as he was like, "Look at me, I'm a 21-year-old business owner."
Yes. So
it
now
it was just funny. So now he's a 2-year-old.
now he's a 22-year-old business owner.
And he stole my joke. I said that in a group text today before anything. And then he puts
starts.
it on Facebook and goes like, "Now you're a 22-year-old business owner," and I'm like, "Bro, you totally stole
I
my
didn't
joke.
though. Me and Colton just think the same. So what happened was,
You
I
stole
posted
my
it,
joke.
and I said I was the first one
I'll
to
see
say
you in court,
anything
bro.
about
I'll see you in court.
about Galley's
Doesn't even
birthday
matter.
today.
What?
I was the first one to say anything about
For
Galley's birthday
sure,
today.
bro.
Then
For sure.
exit out of the group message.
Because that's who you are, though. You're always like the dude
Because
on top
I'm
of birthdays.
the loving, loyal friend.
No,
I am.
That's just you.
I'm
like
always
that
there.
stuff. We're all always there.
No.
All right.
Or what?
No, then I can't
Yeah,
say it
you
'cause I was
couldn't come up with
it's like
nothing.
no, it's because I was like, you said I'm always there. I was like, I'm always there too, except for like the 9 months that I wasn't.
Yeah,
So I had
see?
to backtrack.
Anyways, we got
Hey!
David Parker, part 3. Davis
The only
Big
only
Davey D,
reoccurring guest we've
part
ever
3.
had.
You know what? I'm gonna put us live on Instagram.
Let's do it. I'm
You
gonna get a
want
milkshake, y'all. I'm gonna get a milkshake.
You guys want one?
No.
Nope.
Anyways, Davis,
I was
what
talking to the fans.
have you been up to, bro? Tell us, man. I know it's been like what? How many weeks since how many weeks since David's been on here?
Since episode 10, so 4.
Since episode 10, so 4 weeks, about a month out. What you been up to? How's Tulsa?
Same as always. I got a job at a warehouse, making money for grad school.
Okay.
Found an apartment in St. Louis yesterday with my
Oh.
future roommate.
Wait, do you know your future roommate or did you meet
Yeah,
him?
his name's Jimmy.
How do you,
Jimmy!
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 How did you meet your future roommate?
Through our Facebook group
Okay.
for our incoming class.
Oh, roommates.
He commented on my post. He was like, "Yo, you still need a roommate?" I was like, "Yeah," and then we became roommates.
How's he look so far?
He's an offensive lineman.
Oh, really? Okay, that works out really well.
That's
It's
actually cool.
small world. He went to out of JUCO. I was offered by New Mexico State and Southeast Missouri State a D1 AA school, and he was offered by the same 2 schools, except we went to opposite schools.
Okay.
So he went to Southeast Missouri and I went to New Mexico.
Okay, I gotcha. Roommates are iffy. If you call it, I don't know how you've been, but like my first roommate was interesting. It was an interesting experience. I've always like had a good time with my roommates, especially my second one, Adrian Palmer. Shout out to Adrian Palmer. But it's just an interesting thing. Like you live closely, especially in a dorm. You live close with your dudes, or even if like you don't have a good experience with a roommate, it kind of sucks.
So I've never had like a dorm
Yeah.
situation, but I had Blake as my roommate.
Yes.
And that's pretty dope.
But here's the
Pretty
thing
dope.
also.
We
you
had
could-
our ups and downs.
But here's the thing: you could like love someone, but when they're your roommate, there's
It's
certain
different,
stuff
bro.
that gets to you.
Your like insecurities start to come out, like the things that kind of bother you. If they
Yes.
do any of it, it's just like I'll rip your head off.
Yes.
And then like the little things that they do consistently piss you off.
Yes.
Like
And it's like
Yeah.
I have no reason to hate you, but I hate you.
See, like with my first my roommate at NEO, he's pretty cool. He's probably one of my best friends. But my New Mexico roommates, we were all pretty chill. We never really had any arguments or anything, although I tried to avoid a lot of disagreements and arguments by just holding my tongue.
What was the biggest argument you got into with your?
Also, that's not like Oklahoma Davis. I feel like you don't try to avoid conflict
like,
with any
that's
of us.
true.
You're like,
Whenever
did you look at me? I'll
cause,
kill you.
Because I don't live with y'all. I live with them, and they're like 10 feet from my room, and so it's gonna be. I don't want it to be awkward.
Is it also because a lot of them were the same size as you because they were also linemen?
No.
So you were like,
I
I'm
just didn't
equals.
want-
And here you're like, honestly, none of you can really fight me because
No.
I'm twice your size.
But I feel like everyone
just
here
didn't-
does try and fight him.
For sure.
I just
We
didn't want.
yeah.
I just didn't want awkwardness. That's all. I just didn't want it to.
Do you know that even if you do get mad at us, you can still come back to us, though? Is that also why you're like, I don't mind getting mad at y'all and yelling at you and trying to fight you?
Anyways.
Why'd you just avoid that
Yeah, why'd
question?
you avoid the question?
If you're like, nah, then it's nah. But if you're like, yeah, it's no problem, then
I
it's
don't
like,
wanna
yeah.
talk about that.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't want to get into that subject of our friend group.
Yeah. Okay.
Our
Our friend group or Cade?
I'd
Cade
say-
pissed you off.
I wasn't talking about that. I was literally talking about just like
Yeah.
me,
I'd
him,
say
and
the
Galley.
biggest fight in New Mexico was probably over the TV because it was it was my roommates. It was his TV, but they'd be gone and I'd be watching a movie on demand, and they'd come back and they're like, "Hey, I'm changing the TV." And I'm like, "What the?" I'm watching a movie.
What time is it? I have to blur it out.
Oh, my
6:30.
bad. Oops.
It's actually like
Sorry,
6:29.
Oh, does Cannon watch this?
Mom, what's mean? David said F word.
But
Sound like
no,
duck.
that
Cade.
But it was with an
it
F.
didn't really turn into an argument, but like that one would hit deep down. I'd go upstairs all pissed off and stuff like that.
Got it.
Yeah. What was your?
Although-
What was? Go ahead.
I wasn't We had a couple holes in our house, but I wasn't responsible for any of them. So y'all should be proud of me.
You had a lot
That
of
actually-
Kyles in your house.
We weren't. None of you.
Have
guys
you
were there.
seen the Kyle jokes?
They're hilarious.
Oh, this is the downside of not having social media.
Show me right now so I can experience it.
So
I'll show
Kyle,
you.
Or it's a good thing.
Kyle is
Everybody's
this
watching
internet
me.
character that
Trevor Wallace created.
is Trevor Wallace created that?
Yes.
Is he the one where it's like a dude named Kyle works at your work or something like that?
Yes,
It's like Monster
yeah, that
energy
guy.
Yeah,
drink.
drinks
I
Monster,
saw something about
punches
that
holes
today.
in drywall.
Well,
I
there's
didn't see
one where
everything.
like
Oh yeah.
Yes.
the one of
There's
the
so many different things to it though, like, and so much. The internet's just funny when
What
it goes
is-
off with
this
something.
and Kyle. I was just moving so I could show you.
I got defensive, dude.
And the bronze like right there.
Yeah,
Oh man.
but this is mine and it's here.
Let me-
I saw one today, and it was about the dudes that you guys that like the dancing,
Yeah.
the dancing guys.
Oh,
it was
Casey Frey?
so
Oh, yeah.
funny. They're talking about their chill spot. Have you seen it? Did you
No.
abuse my dog? There's 3 kinds of abuse, man. Mentally,
Is that-
emotionally.
Is that the
physically.
real bros of
No.
Valley?
Valley?
I don't think this one was.
No, they're part of that. One of them
Are they?
is. The other one of them is, or something like
I
that.
have me dying. Let me see if I can find it.
I just googled.
I'll show it to you guys after.
Yeah,
because that's an
we can
after
do it
kind of
after.
thing.
We know what Kyle is. He saw the Instagram.
Okay.
Maybe. You had whatever you saw it. But
Sweetie game sucks. I'm
E-
doing a job.
I think E3 is important to jump into here.
Oh my gosh.
Go
yes.
ahead. Go
All right,
ahead.
so let's start off with what we all kind of want to talk about because you love it so much. I'm sure you have an opinion. I definitely have an opinion because I think we should start off with this. What do you think of the Marvel video game?
I was so excited for it, and then I wasn't after I watched it. I don't know. I mean, I also didn't get my hopes up, and then now I'm not gonna get my hopes up because I
You
got
already
my
had your
hopes
hopes
up.
up.
Yeah,
They crashed.
And then after I saw it, I don't know if the quality I watched it on was just bad, or was the quality bad?
It's because it's going to be like a game, in my opinion, what I have deduced from looking at everything. It's going to be like one of the. It reminds me of an app game, is what it reminds me of, like a game that you do on your
Yes.
phone.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like you can do everything for free, but if you want actual access, you got to pay a little bit of money. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what it feels like to me.
It does, and I thought I was thinking Spider-Man, just like that style of, play. I've heard good things as like to where you can create your own. I mean, I don't know if this is good or not, but like you can create your own, have a little bit of customization within it. And kind
I heard you can only pick from 5 of them. It's like Black Widow, Cap,
Is it just the original?
Iron Man, Thor, and the Hulk. You
really?
can pick from like those 5. That's it.
Interesting. I don't know. It didn't catch my attention. When I saw it, I was like, I saw a clip with Tony Stark and Bruce Banner talking too. Did you see that part?
Maybe I can't remember. I only watched it twice.
That was interesting. It's like a different version of both of them. You know what I mean? Which is cool to see.
I'm glad that they're not like trying to make it into Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony
Yes.
Stark. It's
Yeah.
like different
I
because
agree.
there's
Bro,
no
he
way.
looks.
That's its own
Tony
thing.
Stark looks like Tom Cruise so much. Have you
In
seen
this?
it yet? Yes. He looks. It looks like Tom Cruise literally, like played this part. I don't know who did, but Tony Stark has like long hair. And
I think the guy who voices him also voices Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series.
Oh really?
Honestly, think it'll be. I just kind of skimmed through it, but I think it'll be really good because Square Enix is working on it, and they're one of the top.
Yeah, that's what we talked about that.
Well,
one
so
of the
is
podcasts.
video games.
Bethesda is amazing, and they made Fallout 76. That was a pile of garbage. So like anybody, if they're just looking at this as a money grab situation, it may be awful. I wonder who owns.
I
Square
sold
Enix.
Fallout 4 the other day. Fallout 4 is definitely my favorite video game. Was it you or was it Gally who referred it to me? Gally
I think
mentioned
Gally
it.
actually did
Gally,
because
and then me and you always talked about it.
we talked about it, and then Gally told you one day, he's like, "Man, I really think you would like it."
And that's still to this day my favorite video game I've ever played. And
I recommended it to Austin, and Austin hated it. was
yeah,
like,
he
"This is
borrowed
like-"
it from me.
Yeah.
But I ended up selling it the other day just because I needed to get rid of some stuff. And I gave it to the dude for $1, and I was so excited for him. He was so excited to play it. And so, yeah, I was pumped
I
for
have
him.
trouble getting rid of video games, dude.
Yeah, I figured. I had trouble with this garage sale, but I tried to like get rid of as much stuff as I could. So, anyways, back to E3.
Well, here's the thing with Square Enix. The games that they have made, I'm not a fan of, like, any of them. Like, they're all Final Fantasy, and people love Final Fantasy. I don't.
There's a new trailer
not-
for it, right?
It's one of the greatest game series of all time.
When's the last time you played it?
Yesterday,
Stop lying.
I played Final Fantasy 15 yesterday.
Okay, I'll give that to you. I don't know. But I've never got into them just because I just never liked that style.
Well,
so,
speaking of,
like, Tomb Raider, never got into that. Just Cause, I hear is good. Just Cause 4 was awful, is what I heard.
speaking of Final Fantasy, they showed the trailer for the remake of Final Fantasy 7.
They showed that yesterday, right?
And I'm not gonna lie, folks, I got a nerd boner. When that game.
Which one is Keanu Reeves in?
No, we'll talk about Cyberpunk in a little
Okay.
bit.
Go ahead. I thought that was the one he was in. That's why I asked.
No. Anyways, no. When Final Fantasy 7 comes out, do not call me. Do not text me. I might even drop out of grad school just to play it.
I don't like... I have never been a fan of JRPGs.
What's the story of Final Fantasy? I've
It's-
never played
that's
Final
the thing,
Fantasy.
That's the thing.
Stupidity, that's the story.
Yeah. What is it?
It's just
The-
garbage, that's
it-
what it is.
Is
No.
there a storyline to
It's
it?
the
There
story
is.
is
Each
this
one,
character wipes its butt for 6
my
hours, and that's the
gosh.
story.
Each one has its own story. There's a couple.
Sounds like Fallout.
There's a. No, it's better than Fallout.
No, it's
there's
garbage,
a,
dude.
There's a
If
couple.
If Fallout peed on a pile of dog poop,
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
another elephant came and ate it and pooped that out,
Elephant?
that's what, yeah. So if an elephant ate doggy human pee and pooped it out, that's what Final Fantasy is.
No,
That was
it's
a very
not.
strange.
It's
like,
not.
How did your brain come up with that just now?
That's what it would be.
It is some of the most, has some of the best graphics ever in any video game. Each one has its own
It's a
storyline.
negative Ghost Rider.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, each one has its own
So like
storyline.
there are a couple that
Is
have.
there a theme to all of it?
It's like a fantasy
Anime.
open world. It's not.
It's like anime. You got to give it
No.
anime.
You know, I know, but it's anime's cartoon. This is a video game.
But it's like video game anime.
Okay.
But there's
Anyways.
games that do it much more cartoony. This is like
Okay.
Like
it's what
when
it
you-
is. It
Wait,
does
is
have
it
good
something I would
graphics.
like?
No.
No. Okay.
You would like it if you would like 7, Final Fantasy 7.
Okay. Then what's next? What else happened at E3?
Oh, E3. Okay. Well, I just want to clarify. I don't actually hate Final Fantasy. I'm just playing. But I've never been a fan of JRPGs, which is the style of Final Fantasy.
What's JRPG?
It's like the anime version. You know how like you ever seen those games or those pictures of like a normal dude that kind of looks like a girl and he's got like a giant sword, like the blade's like this thick. It's like this big.
Yeah.
It's
And he's like running
exactly
around
what-
flying and there's like flames or something
Yeah.
coming off it. That's what it is.
Okay.
That's
And it's
exactly,
very it is cartoony. It's just exaggerated to human beings with like really just it's just exaggerated
They're
to the point
freaking
that I
OP
don't
and badass.
like it. I've never been a fan of it.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
next one that we should talk about, Star Wars video game that we've seen coming out. You guys watched that,
This
right?
is which one is this on? What console is this on?
All of them, I believe.
Is this another EA one? Battlefront one?
No, it's not a Battlefront. Have you not seen it?
No, I didn't even know one was coming out.
This is the
to be
main
honest
dude
with
in 7.
you. Okay.
It's called Fallen
I
Order.
saw the trailer for that. I just didn't know the storyline before it.
Well, the storyline in this one.
Okay,
is
so I
he's
heard
like,
of Fallen Order. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. So what? Tell me about the trailer.
So basically, from what I gathered, it's this new. I don't know who he is. I don't know if there's any backstory to him or anything. But it's this new Jedi. And he's running around doing some stuff. He kind of seems like he's a Jedi apprentice, or he's like a Padawan, and he's just learning.
Oh.
I don't know if he has a master or anything like that.
Did you watch the gameplay demo? Or is there a trailer? Because I see.
I just saw the
gameplay demo right
trailer.
now.
I don't know. Was there a gameplay demo? Oh, I see this right here.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pulling.
Okay, so
I'm
he's running
pulling up to
around
refresh my
and
mission. Oh yeah, I didn't see this. Yeah, I saw this.
Okay.
This is So yeah, it looks like they're gonna have some characters from Rogue One in it too.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Like what's his face? The guy.
So is this a time period before, in between them all?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I believe so.
So what's this Jedi doing then?
I don't know really what he's doing in the sense. Like I don't know anything about the story or anything. It reminds me of a Uncharted, right, Davis?
Isn't there another Uncharted coming out too?
Oh, I don't know about that. I hope not.
Oh yeah, there's yeah.
I found those games to be boring. Probably one of the worst franchises ever.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Tom Holland was in one.
He's wrong about that. Uncharted is awesome.
Okay.
I played it.
It's bad.
It wasn't my favorite, but all right. See, this is what I was joking about the Final Fantasy. I don't think you're joking about this.
No, I'm just getting back at you for
Okay,
the Final
cool.
Fantasy.
Because I was like, everything you said about Final Fantasy is voided.
But it does.
Like
It does. On a real note, it does look boring.
Uncharted wasn't like my favorite. Like the mechanics were just.
It
I
looks
didn't get
like
super
a
into
modern
it.
day Indiana Jones.
That's kind of what I'm afraid this
Try
is going to
hard.
end up being. It could be super cool, and some people love that, but I'm not a huge. That's not what I want in my Star Wars game. I don't want just a super linear. It's a parkour. You get to fight with a lightsaber, have a few force powers, cool story.
Yeah.
I want to be able to explore the Star Wars universe.
Okay.
Like that's what I want.
Is this going to be open world like that?
I don't think so.
It's not.
I think it's be super linear in the sense that you have.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, and
It
so-
looks super dope as I'm watching it though. That's
So-
dope.
There hasn't been a good Star Wars game since Battlefront 2.
They came out with I don't know who was first, but Knights of the Old Republic was great.
Yeah.
Not the online, not Star Wars: The Old Republic, but Knights of the Old Republic.
I
Was
never
dope.
heard of that one. coming
I
out.
think I played that, didn't I? On Xbox 360? Was it on 360?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Never
There
mind.
was
played it on my
There was
computer.
another one coming out called Outrider that looked pretty interesting. It was by Square Enix.
Outrider.
Yeah.
Isn't there one coming out? Gally mentioned this one. There's a scary one coming out.
Yeah, it's like called Guilt or no, not Guilt.
You talking about Outworld?
No, it's called.
Because Outriders is a Black Ops thing.
No. Try Outriders.
One word?
Yeah.
I'll do one word.
Yeah. See.
Oh yeah, I did see this. This is a 3-person co-op, really like gritty, hardcore combat one.
Also made by Square Enix.
This one.
Do you
kinda
like
looks
Square
cool.
Enix?
Yeah.
Is that why you're on them like that?
Well, they just have some of the best graphics, I think. Like, when you go back, I'm getting back on Final Fantasy, but some of the earlier Final Fantasy ones, when you get to like a cinematic cutscene, they were visually way ahead of a lot of people.
Here's my thing with visuals, though. I don't think they matter at all for a good game.
We talked about that one.
I would rather play garbage visuals with great mechanics, awesome storyline, and the freedom to do what you want as a player over graphics all freaking day long.
I mean,
storyline was awesome.
Fortnite, right?
Like Fortnite.
That's a good
Fortnite's all
example.
cartoons.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And
it's-
even when it started off, it wasn't great graphics for a cartoon. You know what I mean? And then, I mean, it just had a great like kind of idea, the battle royale, and then
Minecraft.
yeah, that's
The
true.
biggest video
that's
game of all time.
That's your biggest
And
art
it's-
like thing on your side for
Because
sure.
it's all about the mechanics.
Yeah.
It gives players the freedom
And
to
the
do
creativity,
whatever the
yeah.
crap they want.
Yeah.
And if you want to just go around and fight things, you can. If you want to build temples, if you want to build an entire city, you can. If you want to survive and play the survival game, make food, farm, whatever you want to do, you have the freedom to do that in that game, and the graphics are.
Did you ever play?
I wasn't trying to say the graphics make it. I was just saying they've had.
No, I'm not. I'm not
really
saying
good.
you were. I was
Did
just
you ever
saying
play
I don't
that?
care about graphics.
Minecraft.
No, that shit looked dumb as. Sorry.
What time is that?
I don't know.
I thought
9:45.
out of all the games, I thought Minecraft was
19:45.
the most stupidest game in the world.
What?
I thought it was pointless.
What, Minecraft?
It was like playing virtual Legos. That's what I thought it as. And I'd rather play with real Legos.
Are you talking about
Minecraft? Yeah, I thought it was stupid.
That's
okay,
like me.
start an argument here. Okay, let's
That's
talk
like
about
me
this.
genuinely crapping on Final Fantasy right now. That's like saying that
No,
this
like-
this
But
fan base
but
of
he's
millions
serious.
and millions of people. I know he's serious.
No, I'm being for I thought my brothers would play it all the time. I didn't get the point.
Did
I
you
thought
play
was-
it though?
No,
Because I thought the same thing as you did.
I tried
and
for
then
like 3 minutes. I didn't get the point. There's no story.
you got to have someone with you. Because I had Gally, and I was like, "This is dumb, Gally. Let's just like watch a movie or something." And then we ended up playing until like 5 a.m. Like, not even lying to you, we played till 5, and I freaking dug a hole the entire time. But my mind was like, "Man, I'm working on something. Like, it's gonna be big. And I'm feeling like
And
I'm
you
doing
get like
something."
that dopamine hit of
Yes,
productivity. You're
it's
like, I just
interesting.
created something cool.
And you just
I'm
dug a hole
making
for an
something
hour
doing-
on a video game. Like, it's weird.
I didn't understand it. I thought it was stupid.
Because when I first started, I was like you guys. Honestly, when I saw it, I was like, I'm not gonna do this. These games for kids. I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
it. And then it was on sale on PlayStation Store, and I got it for cheap. I think I can't remember. And I started playing it. And this was when me and Trinity started dating. And bro, it was the same thing. I just started
Yes.
When did it come out?
figuring stuff. This came out. Well, it originally came out in like 2008, I think, something like that. And it came out only on PC, and then it kind of took off for a minute, went down. Then they came out with some new updates that made the game easier, and it blew up. Then it went on all the consoles, and it went everywhere, and everybody
I
started
never
playing
understood the point of it. I thought people were wasting their time.
I mean, that's what I thought too. But you need to sit down with Gally, and I want to.
No, me and Gally would get in a fight playing that
You're
game.
not lying. You're not lying.
Well, me and Trinity played it when we were dating. We played it for probably 8 hours straight. That was one of those moments that we were both like,
Is
"What
that
the
a
crap did we
Trinity
just do?"
thing, or is that a? Would other girls do that too?
Trinity likes games, so if a
Yeah.
girl likes video games, she'll do it.
Yeah.
But if she doesn't like video games, it's gonna be.
I think. Have you ever thought about this? And we might have talked about this, but video games have never been aimed at the girls.
They've tried.
But why have they failed? Why have they not hit
I
that?
don't know.
What would make them be able to attract the female population?
I think it was more of a stigma at the beginning. It was like
Okay.
girls don't play, and it wasn't that the community didn't want them to. It was almost like society was like, "You play video games?
Yeah.
Why?" And so now that stigma has dropped, and the rise of girl gamers has risen
Fortnite
as well.
really changed that stigma a lot.
I
too, 'cause,
think it's in the process of doing it.
well, only because it was taking so much time of whatever dude was in their life's time. They're like, oh, I might as well try. And then because we'd have a house party in New Mexico, and guys would always be asking to play, and I had never understood why you would play a game at a party because go be social.
Super Smash Bros, bro.
I'd play Super Smash at a
Yeah.
party, but Fortnite, and then girls would
Yeah.
always be asking, oh, let me try, and
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
So what would you do? Because if you think about the video game, just the market, okay? There isn't a game, if you really think about it, that's even you're like, I don't know, I just can't think of a game that's like, oh, a girl would for sure play that.
Well, they
It's
came out
either
with
either with violence, like a lot of video games have some kind of violence or fighting or battle or something, or it's sports. You know what I mean? Those are the two that I really see the big topics. So what would you make if you're a video game developer? What are you making to attract the female population?
So I don't think anybody's trying to focus more on the guys with the combat and everything like that. Maybe they are. Maybe that's just
think
what's
it's what
always
sells.
happened, what's
Yeah.
always they've done, and so they continue to do it. But you have games like what's it called? It's not Harvest Moon. It's Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is all about running a farm, and it's
Okay.
Why did you
pixelated.
just hit me like that, like I played that game.
I don't know because I looked at you and I remembered. It's pixelated and it's soup. The atmosphere of the game made by one dude took him 10 years, and when he sold it, he sold 10 million copies or something crazy, and it was one of the biggest pixelated games ever.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely incredible. But it's all about atmosphere, and your job is to just create a farm. You can be a guy or girl. You create
So
your character.
Farmville for Facebook.
Yeah, except way cooler.
Okay.
Because way cooler. And there's games there's tons of different games out there. The big ones that you see at E3 and stuff, because they're AAA games, are the combat based. Now, here's one of the things: the independent developers, they're the ones that are trying different things to like that will reach different
the bigger companies too.
Yeah, different demographics.
So the bigger companies aren't even like
they don't try, dude.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So the way that I was explained to it is that the AAA games, the AAA games they don't change. They do the same thing over and over and over because it sells and it works.
Yeah.
They know it's consistent. The indie games, if us three were programmers and we decided to make a game, we would be the ones that say, okay, let's try this. Let's come up with something new. And we would try it. If it works, AAA games then copy it.
Comes in.
Then they show up and they start.
Is that what happened with PUBG?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
PUBG was actually a mod. It was a mod for, I think, Alpha 3 or Alpha Beta 3. It's one like a combat game. I can't remember.
Okay.
It was like originally a mod for that, and then it got turned into PlayerUnknown's because the mod was called like PlayerUnknown's Battle or something like that. So they made the actual game. He did it himself. I think it got sponsored by other people that pitched in money or something along those lines. And that's when Fortnite saw how great it was doing, showed up with their Battle Royale, and now everybody that has any game adds something along the lines of a Battle Royale because of how well it took off.
Yeah.
So these indie companies do well in something, they blow up, they say, hey, that was cool, people like that, let's copy it.
Isn't it interesting how they didn't have a Battle Royale, really? Like, I didn't really think of a game that had a Battle Royale before that stuff.
Because
like,
they were like Battlefront or something where they would have huge games where it's like 100 people on a match.
Yeah.
50 versus 50, though, and it was like a battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was never like this. It was a cool design, though. You're on this map. You have to survive. You have to try to be the last person.
Yeah.
You're going to die if you don't move. Like, it was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And it's obviously done great. And I think that's part of the reason it's done so good. It's so original, but familiar at the same time that people are like, I love this. This is great. It's not so... Because, I mean, some of the games that I play, if I put them in front of you, you'd be like, what the heck is this? I can't touch it. But if you knew it, if you recognized it, you'd be like, I'd be more willing to sit down and put an hour or two trying to figure it out, right? This felt that. It was original as all get out, but it felt like, oh, this is a first-person shooter. Oh, but I have to run to the circle? Oh, shoot, there's two dudes over there. Oh, they're fighting. I can kill the one that survives. I get this. Oh, I'm number 3? Shoot, I'm doing great. Then you die. You felt like you did amazing. Get to the next game.
I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. So Davis, I don't know if
you're leading this podcast right now, bro. You're like an interviewer
I'm just
right now,
going.
dude.
I'm kind of. Is there anything else on video games? Anything from E3 that you want to hit on before?
I wanted to talk about a few games that I had on my mind. The coolest one. So I originally played this game called the Vampire Masquerade. Have you guys heard of it? Bloodlines. Exactly.
No.
Nobody's heard. It's like a
Vampire what?
Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines or Vampire Bloodlines Masquerade, something like that.
Okay.
Really long freaking name. But it was this. It was. Do you guys remember in like the early 2000s there was like this vampire trend where vampires were like really punky. They were like at clubs.
Like Twilight.
Kind of like Twilight, but before that they were
Diaries.
like you guys remember those like videos of those goth people like dancing, and they were really gross. Yeah. Those kind of people think they were vampires. Well, during that period, they made a game called Vampire Bloodlines Masquerade. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it was you go into this world. It was an open world. It was like a semi-open world. You choose to be this clan. You like work through this clan. You develop your character. You go through this story, and it was kind of cool. It was okay. As the game was okay. The idea was amazing. The execution was poor. Okay. So there was a cult following for it where people were like, please, let's make this game great. The ideas and the certain mechanics are great. Other ones fall flat and it's garbage. They've remade it into a modern game. Okay. I don't know who's picked it up. Oh, Paradox. The people who made like Age of Empires, some of these great strategy games, I think have picked it up. And turned it into this cool game where they showed some trailers of it at E3. It looks good.
Pretty dope.
And I'm really excited. If they have that open world where that RPG element, that's going to be one of my favorite games that come out in 2020. Okay. That's a good one.
What else? So Vampire Masquerade.
Yep.
Okay. What else?
That's a good one. There honestly wasn't a ton. Davis, what do you got? You got any?
I was excited for they're coming out with a Dying Light 2.
That was one of the things I wanted you to. I was going to text you if you haven't looked at anything yet.
The first one was really good. I beat the first one, but I haven't played the DLC with the first one yet. I need to play that. But the trailer looked really good. It looked like they really upped his movement abilities and everything. And then they're coming out with another Wolfenstein that I'm excited for. which I think y'all would like if y'all haven't
Wolfenstein does look cool. That's a
Have you
cool.
played 'em?
I haven't played them.
You-
I played
you
the
would-
very like old ones.
You would like it. You would like it a lot. And then there was where is it? Hold on, I'm looking for it.
There's so many games I didn't realize like pop up like that. That's
E3
crazy.
E3 is like the Comic-Con for video games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the place now. Like the indie developers, the stuff that I really get into these days, they don't show up at E3 because they're not AAA games. They're not huge companies.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about how they were disappointed Bethesda didn't announce Elder Scrolls 6, but that was super expected.
Whoa. Okay. Is that coming out?
They promised that eventually it will come out, but I don't think it'll come out for at least the next 3 years.
Really?
What the next game Bethesda's going to make is a game called Starfield, and I don't think that's going to come out for 2 more years. But what I'm really hoping is that Starfield is like Fallout but in space, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah,
How
there's-
dope would that
Would
be?
be pretty dope.
There's-
Why have they made that like
there's
already?
this-
That
there's
should
this
already
one-
happen.
There's this one called Crossfire X that looks pretty good.
You don't like the Japanese stuff because Crossfire X is actually a Japanese game.
I didn't know. I just saw the
Yeah,
trailer.
it's a westernized Japanese game.
And then the where is it at? And then Elden Ring looked pretty good.
Elden Ring, that was one that I'm excited because that's George R. R. Martin. He's
I wish-
helping make that. The guy from Game of Thrones that
I
wrote
wish
it.
they'd put.
He's
Really?
helping write this. Yep.
I wish they'd put it for PS4. They haven't announced it yet.
Um,
And then Cyberpunk looked really good. I think that was the one that stole the show.
yeah, we'll talk about that
Cyberpunk.
last because that was
he
freaking
came
cool.
in.
He showed up, bro, and he did a great job. Like honestly, when you go to these things, you're always afraid everybody's gonna be awkward because
Yeah.
like last year, it was just a super cringe fest. Like
Yeah.
they were making up videos of how cringy it was.
Golly, really?
It was it
You
was
don't
just
want that.
awful.
I mean, I know y'all don't care about this, but I just know they're remastering some of the earlier Final Fantasy ones for PS4 finally.
So okay, I'm buying a new console. They're about to. I know they haven't really officially announced the new one's coming out, but based off of how many years of when did the Xbox One come out? 2012,
I'm not sure.
No, it came out.
2010 maybe. Okay,
No,
after
it came out around when the PS4 did.
well, yeah. So when did that come out?
They'll come out like the same month.
time.
Like they're always
So
gonna
based
do
off
that.
of what you've seen, what are you buying? What are you suggesting? What are you suggesting a new video game person
Oh, dude,
to buy?
I don't know.
But you go back in time. All right, so you go back in time when both these came
Oh,
out.
when Xbox and PS4,
Xbox
The
One
and
and
Xbox
PS4
One
came out.
was
PlayStation.
The
Why?
Xbox One was released in 2013.
way more exclusives and better quality exclusives in PlayStation 4. There's no difference other than that.
Okay.
Plus,
I would say there's no reason not to get
Sony's
a
always
PlayStation.
Sony is always improving it. I heard with the Xbox One, they're just updating it for the next couple of years.
I heard that one article we read was pretty interesting. The one Gally sent.
I didn't get to watch it.
So
I'll
they're
read it.
talking about how Xbox is kind of on like they look like they kind of took a fall from the last time they announced the Xbox One because it was more expensive, is more of an entertainment system rather than a gaming system. You know what I mean?
Yes, because that's one of the things everybody's
Yeah.
like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
The people that buy Xboxes aren't the moms that want something to watch TV on.
Yeah.
It's the son who wants to play freaking video games.
Yeah, so they're like focused more on where that their video games are going to be at.
They
So I
learned the
guess
lesson.
like what this video is talking about how Microsoft kind of recognizes how things are changing and the fact that consoles aren't really going to be the next thing. It's going to be where we have our games at. So I think Google is kind of working on something to where they're starting a gaming platform, but it's like within what they already have. So maybe
Yeah.
it's like Chromecast and they just give a controller out or something like that. So like everything's right there with it. So I don't know if Microsoft has like a certain thing that they're doing, but I feel like, or I hear that they're kind of getting away with consoles, I guess. I don't know exactly, and I might have totally misread this article. I only went through it one time.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
got
interesting.
you. That's one of the things. I don't know what it's called. Stadia, something like that. The Google, the one that they're coming out with.
Yeah.
I know that it's going to be like super integrated into the internet, and so everything's going to be done through the internet. I
Okay.
do know that
Okay.
all your games are going to be through the cloud and they're going to be
But
streamed to you.
That's how Xbox. I feel like this console.
That's how PlayStation does it on PlayStation Now.
Yeah.
Is you can download a game, but these aren't going to be downloaded from what I understand. It's all going to just be when you click it on, you won't have any memory on
That
your.
sucks though.
That terrifies me, dude. I just don't like that even.
Think
a
about
little
how
bit.
fast internet's gonna keep updating though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Wi-Fi sometimes can suck. But
It can suck.
Think about how much better it was whenever you're playing, or how much better it is now than it was whenever you're trying to play Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
Even. You know what I mean? Like you just randomly get kicked out of the thing. You're like, what the heck? And you don't have
speaking
Wi-Fi.
of Modern Warfare, they're coming out with the new one. What do y'all think?
Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Okay.
The trailer's
I was
pretty
confused. I was confused.
They
Is it a remake?
No, they say to look at it as a whole new game.
Okay, got it. Because I was like,
Which is understandable.
It's like that same characters in that universe as Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, but it's just Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay, I
They
got
said
you.
to look at it as its own new game.
Got you. Okay. I want to go back to I have 3 more games I want to talk about.
Okay.
The Outer Worlds is a game that I think both of you will love.
Outer World. Okay.
It's see, here's even the description. I was gonna say this, but even the description that I have in front of me. If Fallout New Vegas is still your favorite Fallout game, you need to start paying attention to Outer Worlds. So if you like Fallout,
okay.
this
That
game
might
is
be
about to be super dope. I promise you, if you guys get into it, you'll love it. I can't promise you because it may be garbage when it shows up. But as of right now, that's going to be the first game that I buy. Release date October 25th, 2019. I'm getting that game. I'll be gone for 3 days.
When is that released?
October 25th this year.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So pretty quick after my
Do you
birthday.
have a play party? Okay, I'll skip work too.
We'll do it. We'll stream it on the.
We'll stream. Hey,
on
that's
the
a good
channel.
idea, honestly.
Baldur's Gate 3 isometric games. Have you ever heard of those?
I've heard of the name.
It's like a top-down where you see you have your little party of characters.
Okay,
It's not like an
yeah.
army. It's not like a big strategy game, but you have these characters run around. Basically, they were originally the adaptation of D&D put into a video game when they first came out. It was
So it's
how
more
do we?
a strategy game?
Not really. It's more of yeah, you could say a party strategy game, a small-scale party strategy game,
Okay.
adventure game
Okay.
with story elements.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What's
And
that? One more.
Yep. So those are cool. And then the last one I think we all should talk about because we all will love this game. Cyberpunk 2077. Keanu Reeves showed up. How much do you guys know about it?
I know nothing besides that. He
You know
showed up.
nothing?
I watched some of the trailer, but I really didn't.
What do you know?
Other than that.
All I know is
Is this a new game?
Brand new.
Completely.
It's new IP. I mean, it's not its new IP.
Story.
It's so Cyberpunk itself is a RPG game, a tabletop RPG. So it's like D&D,
Okay.
but it's set in its own universe.
I know it's gonna be good because the people that are making it made The Witcher 3.
CD Projekt Red, Witcher
really?
that made all the Witchers, they're making this game.
Okay.
It's a first-person shooter, RPG. Have you seen the graphics on it?
Yeah, I saw
Super
Keanu Reeves.
dope. Keanu Reeves looks amazing. I don't know if he's actually going to be in it or if this was just a trailer. Hey, look, Keanu Reeves on the
He
screen.
might be
Yeah.
a side player.
If that's allowed, we're sorry. That's my air conditioner.
It was
No.
on earlier.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that one, and then I think The Last of Us Part 2 comes out soon, and I'm excited for that one.
and those are the games for me, man. Those are the ones that I'm pumped for. There was a few more, but I don't have to talk about those. Those were the big ones.
I like it.
And some of those games have already been announced way before E3.
Yeah.
But they've been expounded on.
Well,
at
they
E3.
didn't give much when they announced them. They just said, "Hey, it's coming."
Some of them, yeah. So, Cyberpunk, they gave quite a bit. Baldur's Gate, they didn't at all.
That one looked dope. I have no idea what it's about, but
So yeah, I'll show you guys a video or two of what the old games look like and what this one will be improving upon. And
Cool.
they said that they want to make it the best RPG ever, the ultimate RPG game ever.
Cyberpunk.
No, Baldur's Gate, isometric RPG. So it'll be what it is.
Like this.
Yeah, top down. You see your little characters run across. It's gonna be dope.
Cool.
So that's what we got for E3. That's my opinion.
Dope. Davis helped explain to me the difference between Tinder and what's the other one called?
Bumble.
Bumble.
What's the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference? So he's married, so obviously he has no idea, and he doesn't even do social media. So Cole has no idea anything at all. All right, so me, I
Yeah,
know
he
nothing
he
either.
texted me one hey, I made a Tinder but he spelled it like chicken tender, and I was like, what the heck? And I was like, what are you talking about?
I
What do you?
spelled it like
I was
chicken
like,
tender.
I was like, you made a Tinder? I was like, okay, you made some chicken.
I made a
And,
Tinder, just one chicken Tinder. That's all I made.
Let me see your profile, by the way.
No,
I'm not gonna
so
laugh.
Is it the one with Captain
I made
America?
a Tinder. Yeah, so I made a Tinder. I made a Tinder to look at Davis's profile because I wanted to see what was up.
Yeah.
Do you
Before
see
jumping into it. No, I can't find. I don't know how to search profiles.
'Cause don't you have
they
to,
made
like-
you put in a
You
profile.
if
So I
you-
put in
Here.
M Freezy or something like that, and my profile picture is Captain America throwing a shield. And I had like 2 likes off of that, whatever that means, or something like that.
Here, let me download.
I don't even think my
That
profile's
makes me
public
embarrassed.
anymore.
Like,
Here.
Yeah, you're like, you see
So
M
you
Freezy
can't-
on there. Oh, for sure.
You can't
for
search.
sure.
If you wanted to find
Swipe left?
And
Wait,
it's
swipe
Captain
left
America.
is
bad.
what? Swipe right is good.
Yeah.
So that swipe
because
right.
it says it
is
literally
good.
has a green
Swipe
check
right.
mark and a red X.
I know, but it freaks me out. 'cause
It's
swipe
right.
right.
Because it also, like, I remember you did it and it, like, turned it, and even in my head, I was like, I don't know which way is right or left.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your wife?
So Tinder, why do you suggest? I want to say Bramble, but that's a breakfast place.
Bumble.
Bumble.
Why do you laugh like that?
Why
My
is
laugh-
Bumble
my laugh is gross.
better than Tinder?
I would just say Bumble because there's like, there's more.
Oh, I have it on my phone. Did you download it? You
No.
might have downloaded it when you were drunk the other night.
No, I never downloaded. I told you to get it. You
Did I?
Yeah.
I wasn't drinking.
Hold on. Let me put this Wi-Fi in. No, I say Bumble because I feel like there's.
Why am I whistling? I'm sorry. I was
Better-
just whistling like a ding dong.
More sophisticated women on Bumble, like nicer
More
women.
sophisticated. I like how you
Like
worded
they're-
it.
Bro, it's like the Walmart and Target of women. Walmart is
Okay.
Tinder, Target is Bumble.
On Tinder, on
Or no, wait. What's the name
Just
of
kidding. Remember our conversation?
Yes,
I told
yes.
Trinity about our conversation.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
Well,
good.
like-
I don't know why I didn't acknowledge that better, but that was a
Hey, what's the
great,
name?
like, that's a great comparison.
it? What's it?
Those
called?
are E blah blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah
have
blah.
fun.
Which one?
Yeah, dude, have
So
fun.
Tinder equals Walmart at midnight,
No.
apparently.
No.
And
Oh, bro,
Bramble
that's not a good
is
comparison.
Target.
That
No,
was a
that's
funny
a- that's a
comparison,
bad
but it's not the
comparison.
same.
Okay, it was fun.
And this is the quality of people that go to these stores.
No, don't get me
By
wrong.
the way, we're just clarifying in a joking way.
Don't get me wrong. There are some good women on Tinder too. They're just.
So what happens when you see someone you know? Is it awkward? Can you like skip
if
it?
it's-
Can you
if
skip
it-
that one?
If it's somebody I know pretty well, I swipe left just because I can. If I know them well enough, I'll just hit them up in person or on social media. If it's someone I kind of don't know, then I'll swipe right. You know, we'll play a little curious.
What's your best like Tinder play? You know,
Oh,
because
like
I know
my-
you got some game.
like my
This man
pickup?
Davis goes on dates like every other night apparently. So
Like my pickup line.
what's your Tinder play? So walk us through this, bro. Like so you're
Well,
on Tinder.
You
What
said
happens?
Yeah, what do you do?
So you're swiping right, okay? So you get someone. So whenever someone else swipes right on you, you get that too. You get a notification or something.
No. So if someone swipes right on you, like I was telling you, it'll pop up saying someone likes you, but
Somebody
but
wants you.
their image will be pixelated or blurred out. But if it's like, if it's pretty, if it stands out, you'll know you can tell which one it is when you're swiping through.
Okay.
If you like you want to match with them, or you could they have like deals where you can like. I mean, I don't because it's a waste of money, but you can
Jeez. they're just
you
making
can
money.
like buy a subscription where you can see them. It's unblurred.
Okay.
And with
So
me,
that's how they make money.
how can
And
I say
ads,
that?
I
Well, how-
assume.
I assume.
there's quite a few ads. If you can, because sometimes I'll just be going and then I swipe right on the ad. It takes me to a freaking website and I have to exit out.
Swipe right on the ad.
And
So tell us
It always
what's your
wants right
play?
on you.
You didn't tell us that part yet.
Let's see.
Straight
Normally,
nude. That's what he sends me instantly. So what up?
The,
Click,
hey,
click.
have you ever seen The Naked Man? Have you ever seen that?
No.
That play in How I Met Your Mother? The Naked Man, where he
No,
just
I
sits there
haven't.
naked. What?
No.
You
I
haven't
thought
seen
I
that
thought
part?
he was just like, have you seen
Bro,
a
your
naked
Wi-
man?
Your
I
Wi-Fi's
was like,
slow, dude.
Okay.
because you're
Anyways.
garbage, dude.
I'm gonna go off.
All right. What's
My
your best
Wi-Fi's
play?
been great for me.
No, usually if I like match with somebody, well, first off, I look at them and make sure I remember swiping right on them. Some of them, half of them I don't ever remember swiping right, so I'll just probably unmatch immediately. And, but if it's someone I remember, or if it's someone like that super liked me or something like that, I'll be like, oh,
Super liked you.
yeah. So there's a super like option now.
Super like.
You only get one like every 24 hours.
That's what you did the other day.
Yeah.
He goes, ooh,
Yeah, I was-
super like.
She was very attractive, and
It
was
fun watching someone like scroll through though. You just like watch them, and this man just like
And I went super like, and like literally 30 seconds later, she she matched with me.
Dang. So did you have a date?
No.
What was your play on her?
Or did she play you? Does that ever happen?
Did you delete it, bro? Did you get tired of the Bramble game?
No, I deleted.
Bumble?
Bramble? You need to stop saying that.
I'm trying to get off it because that's not how I want to meet somebody. And
How is it that you? But it's I feel
How-
like it's not
okay.
as like it's
For-
not as looked down upon. You know.
it's really
And when online dating first came out, everyone was like, "Oh, you can't find someone in real life," but everyone does this kind of stuff now.
yeah, it's crazy how it's just a lot of the majority of it falls through because, in my opinion, some of these girls have no idea how to talk to guys or keep a conversation going. That's just my opinion. Like, and there may be opposite opinions where they thought I killed the conversation, but and I may just be biased, but.
The dating game.
That's why like I mainly switched over to Bumble because it forces the girls to on Bumble the girls have to message first. Like the guys can't message until the girls initiate it, and that's what I like about it because
Before I was like, I'm doing Bumble.
Bumble
I'm
gonna do
for
Bumble
sure.
for
it
sure.
it gets old having to go up all the time. Like
And
I
get
have
shot
no
down.
problem going up and introducing myself.
That's an effort too. Going up, don't you like text them? So you mean like
Well, or
Hola.
like
hello?
like
Hello.
on this or like at the bar in person, I have no problem going up to women and introducing myself. It's not the worst thing. The worst thing they can say is no. Although they
Tell
have
them.
like,
Tell them.
no,
Tell them.
Although
I hate
Someone right now is watching. And
Although-
they want a date.
though
Tell them what. Give them advice. Pump them up.
the
Blake
word
is looking for somebody right now.
Blake,
He's gonna be the
this
And me. I actually
Blake-
asked you to do it so
Blake
you can pump me
Mason,
up.
this is for you guys. The worst somebody can. I mean, technically, the worst thing they can say is no. But in my past, I've had people say things worse than no when I went up to them. And but no, it's normally like if I'm in person, like I'll usually get like a shot or two, just to get the juices flowing.
Okay.
Not
Get the juice.
not-
Get the liquid courage.
nothing to like have me like drunk off my butt,
Okay.
but something to get me a little talkative.
Okay.
And I'll just approach them, go introduce myself, or like compliment them or something. That's usually a good way to start.
Compliment them. So
I would not
what
advise.
are you doing? What are you complimenting?
We'll see. You know how like a lot of dudes they go with the typical, you got smoking hot bod or something. I go.
Is that the typical?
Yeah, that's what I go. I go with the eyes.
I like it.
The eyes.
I like it. I go with the smile.
Yeah,
I
smile.
say, hey, you got a very pretty smile.
Smile or eyes.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie. If they do, then I'll tell you.
Because what's the most important thing when you first start talking to a girl and you start meeting her?
The girl's teeth.
No, eye
Oh,
contact.
eyes. Oh, yeah.
Eye contact.
The size of her boobs.
That was a joke.
No, eye contact. Eye contact is key. Like, now don't just be like, don't be a freak and like just like stare into her soul.
That was me at the wedding.
I put a hat on because I'm training my hair.
And but no, yeah, I usually
I'm changing my
compliment
hair.
eyes, or if
It's gonna look different.
or I'll say something like, you're absolutely stunning or something like. That.
I can't do that. You're absolutely
bro,
stunning. Is
I
a
can't-
lot.
no.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. You're absolutely stunning.
You're absolutely stunning.
But
You're absolutely stunning. Okay, I
But
did
they-
do the eyes, and I stared too long, and I remember like thinking
But
like,
you-
I gotta stop staring.
Well,
Like,
no,
this
what do
is
you
way
do
too-
at that point?
Yeah,
Because
you're
then you look like awkward, like because it's not like a fluid, like
I
a
know.
like a natural. It's like
You're like,
but you also
like,
gotta.
what the heck is wrong with
You
this
also
guy?
gotta like you can't like you. Well, like a compliment and if anything, confidence. Go introduce yourself. Eye contact. That's the big thing.
How does one have confidence?
Well, that's
Huge.
that's where the
Personality. It's personality.
that's where the shot or two comes in.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
That's
but
what.
bro, you can't use that as a crutch.
You're right.
No, I don't use that as a crutch.
What
I'm
happens
just saying.
when you see her next day, or if you do see her at all ever
Well,
after?
Well, I'm hoping.
What? Okay. Different
If
scenario.
anything,
okay.
my goal at the end of the night is just to get a number. Like I'm.
What if you get it from a dude?
I'll give it. I'll probably give them one of your.
You know
numbers.
you'd call him. You'd
I'll
be
give
like,
them
"Hey,
one of
man."
I'll give them one of your numbers if it's a dude.
Hey man, you wanna hang out?
No.
Hey man, I just
But
need a
no.
friend.
I just need a friend.
But honestly-
let's go chill.
I can make friends pretty easy if I'm
I
out in
agree.
town. It's so much easier to make
It's
friends.
fun to go out with Davis.
I am.
You're fun, bro. We've talked about this many times.
Yeah.
I think we talked
Like,
about it
you're
on the
fun.
podcast.
Like the
Yeah.
other night, I wasn't planning on getting
I was driving.
under the influence, but Mason wanted me to.
No, what? I didn't force you.
Dude,
No, I
that's
said
so
you-
bad.
no,
why
I
would
said-
you? Why would
I
you?
just said, hey, bro.
Why would you
okay,
pressure
want-
him
No.
like that? Like he clearly doesn't want to be that
I
kind
was
of person.
I was
and
gonna
you're-
do it.
Tell me how I had one beer and I spent like $40 still.
That was that was my fault.
Davis
One of
somehow
that.
convinced me to buy a shot for him and 3 other girls.
Well, because
That's what it was.
We were talking to this
Yeah.
girl.
It was him and like 3 other girls, and it's like,
Alright,
we
it was
understand.
mainly
Speaking
Davis.
of that, speaking of that, don't go up to a girl and ask her if you can buy her a drink, because then you're just wasting your money, and she's only there for the free drink. It's
Okay.
not worth it.
Okay. I have not done
That's
that.
good
yet.
advice.
Yeah.
I see that.
I mean, a lot of guys do that, but it's just a waste of time and a waste of your money.
Okay.
It is a good like easy icebreaker, I guess.
So, okay, you see a
Be,
girl
like easy to
across
walk
the
up.
bar.
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got
She's the
Trinity.
most beautiful girl you ever seen in your life. Colt sees Trinity, but she's single. She's not pregnant. Okay.
and I'm not married to her.
Yeah, you guys are both single. That's
So
what I'm saying.
I'm at
So
the
you're
bar.
across the bar.
Yeah.
All right. I want both y'all's plays in your head right now.
What I
Think
do to
about it.
Trinity?
No. What would you do to introduce yourself?
Instantly
you don't know
pull
her.
my
You
pants
don't-
down.
No. Be serious.
Instantly
Be
cross the way,
ser-
say, "Hey, slip," and then I'm naked, and
And then she has her baby.
then we have a baby 9 months
Hey,
later.
you with the
Just
hair.
skip the pregnancy.
What I honestly do?
Okay, yeah, but I want you to
Wait,
think
what's
about
the
it.
setting? Where
you
are
have
we
5
at?
seconds. You're in the bar, okay?
Okay.
You remember Faster Hall?
Yes.
Faster Hall, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Wait, were you there with us?
You see Trinity outside. She walks outside. A little bit quieter out there.
I'm completely sober.
No, you have some liquid courage in you.
Well, then I'll be stumbling, right? Like
Yeah.
how much?
No,
I'm
no,
stumbling.
No. You have like a
You're,
couple
loo-
shots.
you're loose. You're loose.
Loosey goosey.
Couple shots. Not to the
Hey.
point where you'd fall off. the
Hey,
shooter.
how you doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So
Honestly,
Trinity's
if
over
I saw
there.
her over there,
She's with her
um,
friends. She's with 2 friends.
I
2
know
girls.
I'd be nervous for one.
Why?
Because it's a girl and she's pretty, so I'm gonna be like, I'd be nervous, so I'd have to walk up. And she's with her friends.
Yeah.
That's
Two-
even
two
more
of them.
nerve wracking.
Yeah.
I'd have to find an excuse for them to get away.
I-
Like I gotta be like, hey, your car's getting broken
compliment
into.
in front of them.
I don't compliment.
Okay.
Nope, not gonna
No,
compliment.
no
No compliment.
Even in marriage, don't compliment.
You
Not
jerk.
right off the bat. Heck no.
Okay.
Be like, hey, how you doing? Good.
Okay.
I might be like, okay, how long do I have to talk to her? Do I have a minute? Because in that point, I'd be like, hey, I think you're attractive. Can I
It's
get
like
your
giving
number?
an
I'd like to
elevator
have a-
speech for like a business, but I don't know.
How long
go
do I
ahead.
have?
Yeah, it's not like a limit on
until
it.
until like you get her numbers.
You have to keep
or
you have to
you
keep her
exchange-
interest. So you
This is
have,
hard. I don't know. I already
until
got you. I don't care.
all right, we'll go play by play. Okay, you tell me what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna tell
Play
you
by
what
play.
Trinity does.
Okay. But I don't have to like role play it, right? I'm gonna be like,
No,
Hey!
you tell me the
Hi,
move.
my name's
I
Cole.
mean, if you want to role play, you can.
No, I don't want to role play. It's
Tell me the
scary.
move, and then I'll go.
All right, I would like even I'm like thinking about how I'd walk up to her. Like honestly, would I
Yeah.
be chill or would I
Yeah.
be like,
You're thinking- with the shoulder roll. All right, so you're
I don't know, Davis, go
Trinity's-
first.
Okay, Davis.
Davis does it. I haven't.
You're right.
I didn't have to try to
Davis
pick
does
up
it.
Trinity to
Bro, Davis is
for 3
honestly
years ago.
pretty smooth. Honestly, like I'm being serious.
the stuff that I hear about him
Yeah.
is it's impressive.
it's
mean,
impressive.
I'm not gonna
No,
brag
bro.
about myself.
Oh, okay.
but
All right. So, okay,
But I'm
you see
the
girl,
best.
same situation. You're in Fassler.
I don't know.
Who does he see?
Fastler's usually kind of.
The most beautiful girl he's ever seen in his life. So you have to. You know when you're single and you see a girl, you're like, I have to. You know what I mean? Have to at least try.
Well, let me give you my game plan, my playbook, my
No,
strategy.
you're going to play by play, and I'm going to tell you how the girl reacts, and you're going to tell me how you recover. Or
I know
don't.
what I do.
Oh.
Okay.
I know what I do.
Well, this is how I always start out. Like,
Okay.
I'll
Go.
get to the bar.
Just spit it out.
I am.
Okay, go.
I get to the bar with friends.
All
I'm
right.
there. I get a couple of drinks in me. I'm having fun. I'll talk, and then usually I go to a place where you can dance. Where some place
So
you can,
Fassler.
yeah, some place you can move around, or if there's in some
Okay,
case.
so you're explaining the whole situation of like what I already said. So you're in Fassler.
You see her? She's standing outside the club.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, she's hanging with her friends.
Yeah. So that
I'm gonna be her
you're
real
right
quick.
there. You're right there. You're looking across. It's like slow motion.
We're her
It's like-
friends. Farquhar's her.
Yeah.
I'm her friend.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Well, if it's her friend, I usually.
This is what we see girls do.
I know.
This is what we think they do when
Honestly.
they communicate.
All right, boom, go.
What I do is if she's like, if we're making eye, like in this case, we're making eye
You're
contact.
not. You're not.
You just see her.
You just see her.
I
Do
usually
you like
just
move to get in
on.
front of her eyes? So if we're like together, you're looking at, trying to
You're
look at
just trying to
him.
get eye contact. You're just like shuffling around. No.
Not that
It's like
awkward.
you see him from a distance behind you. It's just,
But like you gotta
Over
get
your
her-
friend's shoulder. You just
hey, hey.
you know you need to hey.
you gotta get her to notice you. So like
Okay.
normally I'll walk
Wait,
her.
so him over her shoulder goes, as he's looking at her, he decides to yell, hey, and then look at her. Did
No.
he yell at her or did he
I don't
turn
know.
away?
Hey, this might
In my head it was funny.
Hey,
Okay, go ahead, David. Go
Anyway,
ahead.
no, but I'll do something like for her to catch her eye, or
So you'll say hey, hey.
not like that.
All right, what are you gonna do to catch her? Like dance?
hey,
Yeah, I'll go up. If I'm not, if I'm not,
You gotta tell me how you catch your
I
eye.
can't. You keep freaking interrupting me. You're gonna make me cuss. No, I'll do something like I'll go dancing, or I'll ask her to dance.
Okay. Oh,
That's
so,
good. It's
all
good
she's
play.
here. No, I have a boyfriend. What are you doing? Is that a no-go? Are you still fighting for it or what?
Usually, I'll keep. If they're first to say that, then that means she's not interested.
Okay.
If they shoot you down like
That's
that right
true.
away,
Is that an automatic?
well, no,
Nah.
it either means
It means I have
she
to put a
does have a
roofie in her
boyfriend,
drink, is what that means.
or she doesn't have a boyfriend and she wants nothing to do
Right.
with you.
Right. That's yeah.
And because there's so many girls at the bar, I just move on. I don't want to waste my time, you know.
Okay.
Bar-
But this
bar's
isn't a girl
closed.
you move on from. It's the most beautiful girl you ever seen.
Bro, you're
Like,
low key romantic. Like
I'm the most romantic.
There's
You
nothing
low
wrong-
key think romanticism is the ideal for everything. Like I can see that in you. That's what you think. You're gonna be like, I feel like you when you go to these bars and stuff, you are like, you are looking for the
like,
one that
the
does
way-
have like
the
the
way you're
doves
trying to
behind
get me
her.
to-
Like you're gonna see her
slow
and then-
motion. You're not lying.
That's what
You're not.
You're not just like, oh, she's attractive. You're like,
Yeah. I like romantic situations. And I like the creativity behind romanticism is
Okay.
pretty cool to me.
But we're at Fassler. We're at Fassler. I'm not trying to meet my wife at Fassler. Okay. Like,
where would you try to? Or is that a natural thing? Like,
I'd
like
wanna-
at church, like
I'd
when you're
wanna-
serving together, doing something like me and Trinity did.
I'd want to meet my wife at church. Honestly, at least that way I know I'll have someone to go to church.
Church
with
girls are
on
low key
Sundays.
freaky. That's why I married Trinity.
Catholic church girls.
All right. Okay.
She didn't hear me. I'm just
So,
kidding. My
anyways,
wife's awesome.
okay. So, all
But
right,
no,
change situation.
okay,
She
let me-
doesn't.
let me
She's
give
like,
you-
no, I
no,
don't really dance.
no.
She's like, no, I don't really dance. What are you saying?
No, I'm giving you my situation because your situation
No!
is unrealistic.
No, dude,
You're
you have
doing
to
the
do
same thing
his.
you do when we played Dungeons and Dragons.
You did!
You're like, oh, you're the Dungeon Master? Well, I'm the god of the
Well,
Dungeon
guess what?
Master.
I now have 8
No.
wolves that follow me
The
around.
Dungeon Master would not say that. No, I'm not going to
No,
obey
Davis,
the...
you're not allowed to be a
rules.
werewolf now. Why not? I'm a werewolf. All right.
Davis be
And
praying
then
at
he
church.
would-
She'd be like, nah. Gravity? Nah, I don't know. No.
You don't know what I pray about at church.
Anyways, it's not the rules, bro.
No.
So she says, "No, I'm not really a dancer." Next move.
Well, okay, what about this?
I'll
Go ahead.
I'll
Go
probably
ahead.
try and go out there and dance and show I'm having a good time
With
On the sidewalk.
on the sidewalk. When did we get outside the bar?
On her friend's shoulder. Over her friend's shoulder.
Over.
How you doing? Hey!
Because there was a situation where something similar happened, but I had to go to an old move that rarely works.
What's your bail move? Like, let me get your Instagram, or let me get your number. You know what I mean?
like? What do you mean bail move?
So like, she's just shooting stuff down. What's your like last I'm going for it type move?
I'd probably pull out "Let me buy you a drink," and that's when
that's when the money's not.
What if it's going well? Are you gonna be like, hey, let's get out of here. Let's go someplace quiet. Not like your house, but you know, like let's
but what
go.
if she takes it as your house?
She's like the back of your car right now. The trunk.
The trunk. Yeah, get in. Give me the keys. Get in.
No, if it's going well, I'll probably just get her number or something, and then, or like at Fassler, step outside, talk to her, get her to know her a little bit.
Okay.
And then
Colt knows what he wants to do.
I
so
forgot
we're
what I
gonna go
wanted to
through
do. Honestly, at first I was like, just super quick and like to simple. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I think you're
Davis-
pretty. I'm gonna get back to my friends though, but I thought I'd maybe give you my number and you can call me
Ooh,
sometime.
Okay.
Like super quick to the point.
Okay.
You got like the 20 seconds of bravery to have the conversation.
She gives you
And
her
then-
number.
And no, I would give her mine. I don't know if that's forward, but I made the first step
okay.
and be like, hey, I don't know, like just give me a call
Oh,
sometime.
you flex him with the card?
Oh
Business card?
shoot! Be like
Hey, I got my own landscape
CEO
business.
of
What's
I don't
up?
know. Put like CEO of like
Serial Talk Podcast.
Serial Talk
Founder.
Podcast.
Founder. Do you see it? Founder.
Do you see how it's got cold trim around it? That means I have money. Here you go, take it.
We got 8 subscribers. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
We're sponsored by Pareja Coffee. Like it's no big deal or anything. No big deal. But honestly, that's what I would. Babe, come here real quick.
An expert.
You don't have to come in the
Woman's
podcast.
opinion.
Let me ask you a
No,
question.
you have to come on the podcast. You're gonna sit in my seat.
You don't have to come in the podcast if you don't want to.
You have to come on the podcast.
you need
No,
to
you
get,
don't.
You need to get like live studio audience applause.
We do. Hey, you need to edit a live studio audience applause.
That's why I was clapping.
Okay, if we did not know each other, you were outside a bar with your girlfriends.
Is that hummus?
Like Ellie and Ginny, let's say they were both there and they were like, normal there, like they were normal people there, and you were outside and I came up to you and I was like, hey, I think you're really pretty. I'm going to get back to my friends. I'm going to give you my number if you want to call me sometime. Would that work, or would you be like, oh my God, he's a dick. I hate him. Or would that be like, okay,
No.
cool, and then you get my number and...
If I thought you were cute or attractive. I
Or would it be
go
better if I was like, hey, I'm going to get back to my friends. I think you're really pretty. Can I get your number?
It's better to
And
get
I'll
I
give
would,
it a
now
call.
it's more attractive to
It's
me.
better to get
Oh.
I know it is you. Me and her have had plenty of conversation. I already knew that would work on you, though.
Ooh, okay.
I already knew, because
Wait,
she's like,
which
the
one's more
girl
attractive
doesn't
to you?
take the first step. It's the
No,
boy's
but-
job.
Okay.
So
I'm
I
not
already
saying it
knew
has to
that
be like
was...
that.
Even I could totally.
All right.
do
What
that.
if
It's better
all
to
right,
get her
Davis? Now put Davis in the scenario. He's dancing. He's like
Up on Ellie, too. Like, you're sitting here, you're standing here, me, he's back in the back, you're Ellie, and he's just back there.
Ellie.
I'm not doing that. I would never whistle. That's the worst thing you
I
can
know
do.
you whistle. That's so bad.
I will say this. I did do the stop.
the camera do it. Make eye contact with the camera.
I did. This one move did work because this one girl was shooting me down a couple times.
A couple
And then-
times.
Well, cause like
Ooh.
I was really trying, and so I was on the. We were at a country bar. We were two-stepping, and I
You can go if you want
like
to.
I
That's my
like
wife.
she's- like
Isn't she
she-
pretty? I love you. She has my baby.
Applause.
like she had shot me down like for like the third time, and I was like, okay, this is the last resort. So I told her to watch this. I went out on the dance floor by myself. I'm like pretending I'm dancing with somebody, and then I went.
Olay.
I do love Davis.
It
Lucky.
worked.
I'd come
That-
out to you.
that's
If
the-
you
it
did that to
worked.
me,
That's the
I'd my
What does it
I'd
work
come out
mean?
that's the only time it worked. Like it got her out on the dance.
Have you
floor.
done that before?
Normally I'll do
I
it
feel like
with,
it's a one-time move, dude.
like if we that's what I said. It only worked one time.
But I mean, I feel so you've tried it before, but it's a one-time
On the
move.
girl that I was trying to pick up. Normally, if we went like a big group and some of my friends, the other girls are there, I'll do it to them. Like, but they know I'm just messing with them. And we'll
See,
go
that's a
forward.
move that I do to like one of my buddies to be funny.
Yeah,
like
same.
honestly,
Like,
I'm
I
out
do-
there,
like, do it with my friends to be funny.
I don't have the
embarrassed.
confidence
But-
in my dance moves to be.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't have to.
Although
I already got
I'm not
one.
gonna lie, it hasn't backfired, but I'd say it's worked more than once. Only because I went through a stage of hitting on older women, and
Cougars.
if you want to call them that, sure. And
Okay, that's what everyone calls them.
anyways, and I would point at them, and then they would point back at me.
Oh
And
my
come and I
gosh.
was like, "Oh, say no more."
Point back at you, then point. Never mind.
And
Listen.
don't like act like they're like cougars. They're probably like
They're very
eight or
amazing.
10, they were only like 8 or 10 years older than me.
So they're 29.
8 or 10,
Years.
so they're in their 30s.
How old are you?
22. Do the math.
So he's 30. She's 30. Okay.
He's 30.
That's not that old.
I know people.
But when you say older,
The stories
women-
that you've told us
Yes,
about
yes.
Oh no, yeah, those
are
women.
much older
Oh no, yeah.
than
So I was
30.
Yeah.
No, yeah, those women were much older than 30. But it's a big range. It's a big range.
Oh, man.
Anyways,
All right, we're at an hour.
Listen,
Just letting you
I'm
all know.
going to state it now, and it's away from the topic, but in our lifetime, Jedi-like robes will be a style.
Get out of here.
I'm telling you
No.
right freaking now. This video is gonna be in a hologram. They're gonna be like, oh, you know that one dude, Mason Farquhar, who's a host of Serial Talk podcast. One time he said that robes will be in style.
No.
They're freaking gonna be in
No, it's
style.
not. You're gonna be the only one on the side of the road. People are gonna think you're schizophrenic. People are gonna throw
Oh, shoot.
like.
Dancing
Have y'all
with your
seen,
robe.
have
With
y'all
the
seen-
robe?
Have y'all seen
Put the-
Dodgeball?
hey, put
Have you seen the movie Dodgeball? You know the pirate dude when they throw milkshakes at him because he's a pirate.
That's sad,
That's
bro.
gonna be you.
That's sad, bro. I felt so
That's
bad
gonna
for
be
him.
you. You're gonna be in your
And he
Jedi
turned
robe.
normal for a little
I
bit.
know.
And I'm like, man, be a pirate, bro. Don't stop being a
Got the
pirate.
booty.
That's gonna
Don't
be
be-
you. You're gonna be a Jedi.
Hey, bro,
walking
if
down
you want to
the
be a
street.
Jedi, be a Jedi.
Thanks, man.
You want to be a dinosaur, be a dinosaur. You remember Step Brothers? When his
Yes.
dad wants to be a dinosaur, he's like, "Meow!" there at the end.
Okay, bet we're at an hour. Davis, you've had an hour to think about it. Plus,
Well, y'all distracted me.
what
with all these
is the
questions.
question?
Is my hair,
of
did it
the
train? I don't feel like it
week?
trained. Does it look okay?
It looks fantastic.
I don't feel like it does.
It's getting there, dude. You gotta have patience.
Oh, bro, it looked great
Yeah.
the day that Austin came over.
Yeah.
Dude,
Looks kind of.
it was what I wanted it to because I wet it.
You
It's
look kind
wet.
of psycho right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. You look
A little psycho?
Yeah,
You look like you're.
All right,
you look
this
like
is
you,
not what it's gonna be. It's gonna be way better.
You look like
it's because
you-
it's still wet.
You look like
Yeah,
you belong
exactly.
in Cyberpunk.
Hey, what's the question of the week?
Bro, it's
bro?
gonna look good.
I
You're
just
gonna be like, oh
complimented
my
you.
god.
The best compliment ever.
Is
You
that
didn't
good though?
hear it.
Did you see some of the people? Some of the people are gross, dude.
Like Keanu Reeves level.
Oh my,
Dang, what a freaking compliment,
bro! Anytime you point at me on the dance floor, I'm on you.
Hey, there are a couple moves that are a once in a lifetime. That'll work.
Okay.
Dong the face. That's one of the good ones.
Question of the
Okay.
week.
It's like a flying V.
I guess my question for the fan is
Hey, don't, no, fans. Hey, you got more than one.
is
At least 3.
Yeah.
First off,
this is the question I'm gonna leave y'all with. Do you think people can change? I'm gonna leave it at that.
can they change
Do you think people can change?
into what they want to be? A dog.
It could be good or bad. It could go from
cat.
good to bad, bad to good. No,
Answer it on Instagram. Wait, were you gonna say something more?
I was gonna say not change into an animal. That's impossible. I was gonna talk about
Oh, yeah.
personality wise.
That's what you're talking about. You can't change it. You
Okay.
Yeah.
Question of the
You
week.
can't
You got
change.
it. Answer on Instagram.
Prove me wrong.
Email us.
I'll prove you wrong right after this.
Call
I'll be a
home
dog.
phone.
Watch.
Whatever it might be. Follow us on Instagram at Serial Talk Pod.
They don't follow back.
Follow us and subscribe to us on YouTube.
Unfollow
And
them.
that's all I got, my brother.
We'll see you guys next time.
Oh, we are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
And
Just type in Serial Talk
Spotify.
Podcast, look for our beautiful faces, and we'll be there.
And Cereal in the Galaxy.
Are
So
you gonna
All the cereal and the
Hey.
is that our theme song? Is that our theme saying? And this is
Hey.
all.
what?
This is and all the cereal in the galaxy.
And all the cereal in the Galaxy.
And all the cereal in the galaxy.
Hey, come here. Hey, hey. Bye, guys.
Bye. Peace.
Hey.